Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Longhuanggua, Wudong Province, Phoenix City. Chen Qiong sat up from the sofa, shook his head and touched his ass. In a rather sad tone, he said, "Dad, no, his feet are really cruel." Glancing around, Chen Qiong found himself in a room of about 50 square meters. The house is clean and well furnished. He scratched the back of his head and said to himself, "This is the birthplace prepared by the divine world for me." Chen Qiong was originally a rich second generation of the earth. He inherited 10 billion yuan of family property, but in the process of doing business, he lost all his family property. As the blow was too great, Chen Qiong didn't pass in one breath and directly belched fart. He was 25 years old. He is not extravagant, but takes care of his family business very seriously. The working hours are even longer than many employees. But every business, due to various reasons, finally leads to failure, and it is still a painful failure. Because of his ability to lose money, he really shocked the world and cried ghosts and gods, which directly moved heaven. Therefore, after Chen Qiong died, his soul was led to the divine world and became the son of the poor god. The poor god didn't like to be a father, because Chen Qiong was stunned to find that the poor god was his father who had died for many years. At that time, the scene was a little awkward. Later, Chen Qiong learned that the family property inherited by his father was worth hundreds of billions. After his father broke his leg, it shrank to tens of billions. Therefore, losing money is not something that anyone can do. It also needs strong genetic genes. After becoming the son of God, Chen Qiong's life form has been qualitatively sublimated. After all, no matter how bad his reputation is, he is also a real god, which is not comparable to ordinary people. But within a month, Chen Qiangshuang was told that he needed to be tested by the Son of God. This is the test that every son of God in the divine world needs to accept. Different sons of God experienced different trials. For example, the god-son of the god of war is arranged on a sword and magic planet. While fighting strange and upgrading, he deciphers the ancient characters, finds the final test place hidden in the ancient characters, and raises the ashes prepared in advance. Another example is the god-son of Thor. He goes to a science and technology planet to become an upmaster. The test can be completed only after he uses love to generate electricity to a certain amount of electricity. There is also the son of the god of wealth. His trial is to go to a planet, start from scratch and strive to become the richest man in the world. As the son of the poor god, Chen Qiong's trial is also very unique. That is to give Chen Qiong 500 million Longhuang coins. When he loses all the money, his trial will be completed. The divine world is in high-dimensional space-time, ruling countless planets in low-latitude space-time. Therefore, placing a divine son and giving him a reasonable identity belongs to latitude-lowering strike, without any difficulty. It is worth mentioning that the physical quality of each tested son of God, although they are relatively strong on that planet, cannot reach the level of rebellion. Therefore, they also have to experience life, old age and death. As for life expectancy, generally speaking, it is only 100 years at most. If they fail to complete the trial before they die, they will reincarnate into another person and continue their trial. If they do not complete the trial one day, they will not be able to return to the divine world one day. Chen Qiong didn't want to be tested, but it was the rule of the divine world. If he refused, even his father would be punished. Therefore, when the divine magic team of the divine king came to urge Chen Qiong to leave quickly, the poor god killed his relatives on the spot and kicked Chen Qiong off the world with a kick, and because of too much force, he almost kicked Chen Qiong into a black hole. Fortunately, poor god was quick in his eyes and hands and fished Chen Qiong back. Chen Qiong gently pinched his left thumb and said in his heart, "Before I became the son of God, tens of billions of family assets were lost. I am afraid I lose the 500 million. When dawn, I find a volcano and raise the 500 million Longhuang coins." Ding! Shenxi trial system starts. In Chen Qiong mind, a clear female voice suddenly sounded, which startled Chen Qiong. However, Chen Qiong was the son of God after all, and soon reacted. System roll thick. The son of God doesn't /t need it. Chen Qiong knows that many walkers have a system, that is, the so-called golden finger. These golden fingers help the wearer cut through thorns and thorns all the way. It /s nothing to say about promotion and salary increase, becoming CEO, marrying by Fu Mei and reaching the peak of life, but is that what Chen Qiong wants? Mortal drunkards, compared with the divine world, are like children playing at home, just like the house where Chen Qiong is now, compared with his bedroom in the divine world, it is not much different from the bird cage. So no matter what system it is, Chen Qiong doesn't /t want it. Don /t fail. This system is the helper and supervisor personally assigned by the crown of God. If Your Highness the Son of God refuses, this system will report directly to the crown of God. It /s the system and. Why did you come suddenly? I am not ready to welcome you. Please don't /t dislike it. Chen Qiong immediately changed into a flattering smiling face, without a trace of God /s son /s domineering. Although he was a failed businessman before his death, he was also professionally trained. He changed his face to such a degree and became proficient early. The reason why Chen Qiong lost his integrity so simply is that the background of the system is too hard. The God King is the supreme ruler of the divine world. Even his father and 800 serious gods have to be submissive in front of the God King, not to mention his little son of God. If the system runs back to complain, the God King will withdraw his son /s identity every minute. Even with a snap of his finger, Chen Qiong will disappear. At that time, even his father can /t protect him. Your Royal Highness, the Crown /s request for you is to make you seriously manage and finally make a deficit of 500 million Longhorn coins. Only in this way can you be regarded as a qualified poor god son and be qualified to inherit the throne of the poor god, or even find another way to become a new god. No problem. Chen Qiong couldn't /t help raising his head and straightening out his chest. When he was serious about business, he lost tens of billions of property, just 500 million Longhorn coins. He lost if he lost more than a month. Your Highness, your identity on this planet is a rich second generation who inherits the heritage, but you are not famous. This identity is a little familiar. After Chen Qiong pondered for a while, he patted his thigh and said, ISN /t this me. I play myself. The familiar identity makes Chen Qiong more confident and complete the Son of God experience in the shortest time. Chen Qiong even had faith to become the fastest of all the sons of God to complete the trial. Thinking of this, Chen Qiong couldn't /t help forking his waist and raised his head and laughed wildly for 3 times. Okay. Your Highness, the Son of God, now you have the first business at random. Any industry will do. At that time, Chen Qiong did not put eggs in one basket. He was involved in any industry, but no matter what industry, it eventually became a loss-making business, so Chen Qiong had no fear. No matter what test paper the system gives him, he is confident to hand in a 0-score answer paper. Start random sampling. Ding. After sampling, Your Highness, your first business is the game industry. Ha ha ha. God help me too. Hearing that the system asked him to run the game industry, Chen Qiong almost jumped up from the sofa. Each of the games he invested in seemed to be hot, but each one died violently in the end, losing him almost more than $1 billion. He just needs to add fuel and vinegar to his failed experience and move here. He will lose 500 million Longhorn coins and sprinkle water. Your Highness, you now need to register a company and officially enter the game industry. This system can help you complete the registration chores. You only need to provide a name. Chongqing Technology Entertainment Company, Limited. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.